All right, what's up guys? This is Brett from FBAExcel. This is going to be a quick video to show you how to set up the new Adtactix Quick Insights audit. We've had a few audit tools within Adtactix in the past. This is by far the most accurate, and as far as functionality wise, we're going to have a lot of follow-up functionality built on top of this, including a new Looker Studio kind of audit report. So that's coming soon. But in this video, I just want to really quickly show you how to get this populated with data. It just takes about 5 minutes, so it's super simple. All right, so the two reports you're going to need is one, a bulk file. This is kind of a recommended starting point as far as settings to plug in. You can run this for whatever date range you want. So if you want to do it weekly, if you want to do it daily, you can even do that, but it's probably a little overkill. So this I'm just going to do for 30 days. You can see I've got 0 impressions, placement data, the 4 add type files. Make sure you don't select this one. That's going to bog your file down quite a bit. And then if you want to pull in your search term report data and stuff as well, and then pick your date range here. So download that, save it to your desktop, just wherever you know where it is. And the other report you're going to need is your traffic report. So just make sure the date range you pick is the same that you use for your bulk file, and go ahead and save that as well. And again, that's the child ASIN report. All right, so after you have those two files saved, you're just going to hop back into Adtactix, and down here at the bottom, go ahead and check the traffic report, turn that on, and then you can put in some branded keywords. Alternatives, just plug your brand name in. If you've got some different alternates, there's up to 10 spots there. You can type those in. All right, so next we just need to import our two files. So I'm going to start with our bulk file. All right, so you can just go to upload if you saved it to your desktop, and then find the file. I'm just going to double click, and when you get this prompt, go ahead and click insert new sheet, import data. That may take 30 seconds or so to import, but after it's done, you should see all your bulk file tabs down here along the bottom. And we need to do one more thing just to make sure we get our traffic data in here before we sync everything. So just make sure this box is checked. And when you save your child ASIN report from Amazon, you can directly save it to your Google Drive folder. This folder structure gets set up automatically when you authorize the tools. It's under My Drive, FBAExcel Tools, Adtactix, and then Adtactix Data New. Just make sure you save that TRAF, that file name. All right, and if you forget, you can watch this tutorial here. It shows you how to work with all the supplemental reports, but the name codes here as well. So you can see TRAF, got that checkbox. So now I can import supplemental data, which it's an optional step, but it's really needed for the analytics that we're doing right now. So I'm just gonna hit import supplemental data. This button here actually takes you to Amazon for any of these checkboxes that you have. So that's a pretty nice little feature, but I'm going to click this just to import it since I already have it saved. After that finishes, you should see a confirmation right here. And now you're ready to sync kind of all your data together. So to do that, just come up here and you're going to click this button. So that sync operations may take a minute or two, depending on how big your bulk file is. But after you're done, you're going to get a confirmation prompt, and then you're pretty well ready to use the tool at that point. So for the Adtactix Insights, all you're going to do is just come down here and click Quick Insights Audit, and then just hit yes. So after that runs, you're going to get a prompt here. Just hit OK. And now you've got kind of the basic initial audit set up, and you've got your kind of full account breakdown here. Scrolling over, you've got non-branded insights and then branded insights. So for the ASIN targeting, it's basically pulling a list off of the settings tab here. I've got everything blacked out because this is a scale assisted user's copy. But if you want to add additional ASINs that you're not actively targeting in sponsored products, you can add them here. Just make sure you fill in your child ASIN and then parent ASIN. So this is a new column for this kind of new insights, just because we're showing a parent ASIN breakdown as well. So, and then again, the branded keyword list, that's for, just put your brand name in there and any alternatives. If you've got like spaces, put them as single words and the different variations. So one feature you could potentially use is this checkbox here. By default, it's going to show paused and enabled kind of summary data for the audit. If you wanted to just show enabled, you would want to tick this box before you run the first Quick Insights audit here, and then the data would just be for enabled targets. The other filter you could run is pick your ASIN from the drop down, then the data would just be for that one ASIN. You don't really need this option here, and it will honestly probably end up removing it just because what I'm going to show you next will give you that data in this table down here. Right now, since we've just done the quick insights, it's showing us that I've got the ASINs blacked out right now, but it's an ASIN breakdown from kind of an aggregate level. This next operation we're going to run is going to break it down by non-branded, branded, and all of the different match types. So that's the data that's kind of cumulative and aggregated up here that you would use this filter for. So that's why you really don't need it. So to jump in there and just run that, you can do a follow-up process with this Add ASIN Analytics button. Just go ahead and click that, and I'm going to hit yes. So after those have been added, just hit OK. And now you're going to find when you scroll down additional rows added to this table. It's going to have all your different match types for every ASIN. Again, they're blacked out here, and then if they're branded or non-branded. So just a ton of data here to kind of sort and filter through. And this information is not readily available anywhere in Campaign Manager, this sort of breakdown. So it allows for really kind of quick analysis. You can sort by CPA, by ACoS, figure out which segments of your account are really kind of bloating your performance, and then you can take action accordingly. So a few other things. One kind of smart thing probably to do is enable this checkbox before you run the ASIN Analytics button, and that will only show enabled data for these kind of match types, because once you've paused that info, you're probably likely not going to enable it, and it's going to be more useful if you're kind of looking at the current state of all of those data points, where the data up here in kind of the initial audit that we run with this first button, that's maybe a little more applicable to use with this checkbox off. So that's why we kind of did it this way. You can basically have it off by default, get your initial quick insights. That's going to again show, for what we have now, 30 days worth of data, paused and enabled data. And then when you run the ASIN Analytics, you can toggle that on, and then it's just going to show you kind of the current state for all your ASINs. And then it's going to be a little bit better, I think, for decision making. But we're still kind of working through it with different use cases and how to best utilize this data. And what's coming next is we're going to be able to export all of this data in one fell swoop into Looker Studio and have a really good kind of audit report. One last thing, if you do notice some differences, like here you can see 35 million versus 38 million, that's going to be because Amazon in the bulk files, for whatever reason, if you filter the data just by the ASIN entity, and then you look, for example, at the campaign entities, the data does not always match up perfectly. So there is going to be likely some bit of kind of error or inaccuracy there. But the main goal is kind of a relative analysis for your ASINs down here. So, it's treating all the data the same, and it should be useful for really analyzing which ASINs are performing better than others, especially in the different ad types, and being able to kind of decipher and sort through all your performance metrics. So that's really the main intent. And then this upper section here is going to be a lot more accurate than any of the other audit tools that we've released, just because of how we're kind of tabulating everything. So hope this is helpful in your business, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.